Donald, can you tell me a little bit about the type of show jumping test that you're set up for style jumping? Is it any ordinary show jumping course, or is there specific elements you include?
There's very specific elements. There are only 7 fences, and there will only be 1 double and 1 narrower fence normally. We call it a bit of a skinny or a style fence, which enables you to judge on their ability to steer. You want the fences well spread out, so there's plenty of room. You can see how riders approach and use their corners, and that the fences are not too quickly, because in the style jumping you judge each fence separately, and it's very important that you judge it on the approach, the takeoff, in the air, on landing, on the getaway. So there's an awful lot to each jump. And this is where you want the rider to be straight, coming in rhythm, how they fold, how they allow the horse to jump, and anything that the rider can do that makes it more beneficial for the horse to find it easier to jump.
And Donald, is there a fixed height for the fences, or is there a variable height depending on the level of class?
You can vary the height accordingly in any way you can. We have the riding tests can be ridden from walk and trot test to a more advanced test where you might have got a little bit of canter or a leg yield in. The style jumping can be about 2'9", but you can use it at club level as small as you like. You can start with no jumps and just teach them how to ride the track, and then you can put the jumps in, and then you can put the fillers in. You can adapt these for training at any level, and this is why they should be. Although what you've seen today would be what we would probably expect to see at championship level, we don't expect it at club level. We expect people to try to use them, to experiment with them, to gain confidence, to use them again so they come back and they improve. Here comes the salute, an untidy aid, rather rough into the halt, kicks the horse, a lack of coordination between hand, leg and seat, and he sits behind the movement and brings the horse back. There he actually asked for quite a good transition, but this is not a 350 metre a minute canter, which is what we most want to see him in. And we want to see the rider coming out of the saddle in a lighter, much more balanced seat. And you see how he throws his weight around, which confuses the horse. Now he's got bored, so we ring the bell. Ding, ding! You see, that's what horses don't deserve, as riders that confuse them by throwing them round the corner here. You see, he's coming in on the wrong leg, although he's looking at the fence, which he can't resist doing. The reins are too long. He throws, gets behind the movement, and now you see the horse is finding it very difficult to come to the fence in balance. Although the horse rectified itself there again, you see the reins are too long, he's right behind the movement, he comes in nicely, but he's behind the movement again, and now he's going to throw it at the fence, and this is just what we don't want to see. There you see, even he couldn't resist seeing a good stride into that, and now he's going to throw the horse round the corner here, hanging on to its back teeth, behind the movement, reins too long. And then he actually does a nice fold over the fence because he is in sympathy for his horse. And again, now he thinks he's done his round, so he stops and the horse gets a pat, but he should be cantering around, showing us what it's like to be in a good rhythm and balance. But he's forgotten all about that. So we ring the bell. Thank you very much. Nice attitude shown towards the horse. He relaxes it, keeps the canter moving forward. So this is a really good start. Some people might criticise him for being a little upright, but he's pleasantly out of the saddle. He sees a very good stride to the first fence for a very good mark, probably a 9. You might criticise him there for being a little bit onto the right-hand side of the fence. Yeah, he saw a slightly longer one coming out of the corner that he had to move the horse into. There, it was exactly the opposite, came on a short stride. I think one might criticise him for being a fraction long in the leathers, very nicely through the double. And here he's using his corner, he does a change. And there you just see a little bit of the crookedness as he comes through the corner. Lovely last jump. And now he can continue to canter round. And now he's more in the 350 metre a minute. Good attitude towards the horse. His contact was always very good. If I was taking him down a mark, I might give him a 7 for the lower leg, because he's a bit inclined to stand on his toes on a longer stirrup. One would never criticise his eye, his balance, his hands were very good. Everything was followed through. He used the arena incredibly well. You'd want to see a rider using the arena well. And I don't think there's an awful lot to be criticised, and that would be more or less what we'd be looking for in one of our better riders.
Donald, again, for the riding test, are you only looking at the rider style? Does jumping faults, if he knocks one down or has a refusal, does that factor into your equation?
In the style jumping, there are less penalties for knockdowns. What one finds in the style jumping, because it's 350 yards a minute, which is a forward, onward going jumping canter, that if they run out or if they stop, they accumulate time penalties very quickly. They get more in time penalties sometimes than they do in riding penalties if they have a problem.
Okay. And Donald, as a judge, what are the key elements you're looking for in style jumping from the rider? What are the main aspects of his riding you're looking at?
Independent balance, feel, ability to ride forward, to follow the horse, be really good with the hands, always follow the hand forward, be able to change direction, use the arena, use the corners. Everything is about having thoughtfully walked and ridden that course to the best of their ability. So they give the horse every opportunity. A horse that makes mistakes sometimes actually shows that a rider rides better than a horse that just comes through in rhythm, because you can see them do something that enables that horse to jump that fence better. And your mark would be according to that.